So in today's video, I want to just share with you a simple tip. And it was a very simple tip that got passed on to me many years ago when I was sort of trying to play golf a little bit more competitively. So my sort of background was started to play golf actually a little bit more seriously once I'd finished college. College time, I was probably about a 7 or 8 handicap golfer, and then invested a couple of years worth of sort of practice into my game and sort of got down from a sort of 6-7 handicap to a +3 handicap. And during that time, one of the most significant things happened. So there was a golfer at the golf club where I played who was that next level better golfer than me, and I was also seeing this sort of steady development, much more consistent. And I remember asking him, you know, what was it that made that big difference? And the answer still kind of lives with me today. And he sort of just said all he tries to do is he tries to get the feeling that he is shaking hands with the target, and that's it. That was all he did. He used to go, look, I'm just trying to shake hands with the target. And I'm going to elaborate on that today, because I think it's a really important thing that many amateur golfers are losing sight of. So there's lots of change in the general narrative with golf coaching. It's a lot about rotation. You've got to turn your body this way, that way. And all that's true. And rotation happens in the golf swing, there's no doubt. But again, the trend that I'm seeing with people that either come through that door or people that reach out for lessons online is they're losing the release. And what happens is golfers are sort of hitting it with a more open club face, thinking, well, if I just turn my body, I don't need to close the face. But you're just going to sacrifice so much distance doing that. And you only have to hit a couple of shots where you keep the face sort of open, and you can kind of hopefully hear the pitch on that one. Sounds a little clunky, as opposed to just letting that club face close, right? You get that sound of more compression. You're going to get more distance, more ball speed. Now, I think the problem is that, you know, when I work with golfers, I'm always asking questions. You know, I'm asking questions like, what would happen if you did this? Or why do you think you do this move? And then that sort of prompts a bit of a response. And if you sort of think about it, as I just demonstrated there, if I hit it with a sort of club face which stays very open, and I lose that sound of compression and ball striking, then what you're going to do is you're going to try and compensate. And what a lot of amateurs do is they compensate by moving more this way. So they get quite spinny and ahead of the ball, which then promotes maybe a little bit of a better contact. You know, you start to move more sort of that way. You sort of go, oh yeah, well I can hit the ground much better. But then your swing shape's off. So what I've been doing recently with golfers again that I've been meeting is just going back to basics and just saying, look, next time you go down to the range, yeah, just hit some shots where you just shake in hand with the target. And the brilliant thing about this is it encourages you to shift towards your lead side. And if you keep shaking, it'll make you feel like you're getting up and through the ball as well. And these are the kind of movements that are much more, you can sort of translate and take these onto the golf course. They're not too techy, but they're simple and effective, and they hold a lot of meaning for golfers. You know, get that feeling of getting up and shaking hands with that target. Because like I say, when I got that simple tip, I remember that helped me play more of a draw shape, okay? And I quite liked that. I naturally started to see more of the draw shape and started to see that next level of consistency. And the benefit, I think, and this is the big thing, is when you can start hitting it with a closing face, you get that more compression. You get that better ball striking. And when you start getting that better ball striking, you don't feel as influenced, like I've got to hit down. You can just get up and through the swing. And all of a sudden, you get that effortless feeling where you're not trying to hit at the ball, and you can just start swinging more back and through the golf ball. And just that simple tip can translate everything that you're doing. And I seriously hope that it'll make a big difference for you guys as well. See you soon.